Alright, what's up guys? It's Matt's Boosted, and if you're watching this video, you've probably got a Corvette, or maybe you're thinking about buying a Corvette and adding a supercharger or a turbo, or maybe some twin turbos to that bad boy, and you're thinking, can I still daily drive it? Well, you're in the right place, man. I've got a twin turbo Corvette. I've done the research. Let's talk about it. Alright, so if you're thinking about adding some power to that Corvette, man, a supercharger, turbo, twin turbo is the quickest way to get the most power out of that bad boy. You can throw a supercharger or turbos or whatever on it without anything else done to it, and you can make immediate power, 500 plus wheel, and it's that easy, honestly. But daily driving it could be a challenge, you know, but that really depends on how much power you want to make with it. Otherwise, the Corvette C6 is pretty solid. So the pros about adding a supercharger, turbo, or some kind of boost to the Corvette C6, that it's going to instantly stand out. It's going to be way faster. Like I said, you throw a turbo or twin turbos, whatever the case may be, you're going to make 500 plus wheel right out the gate with no other mods. That's the benefit. If you throw a cam, you do an intake heads, you get, you know, full bolt-ons, you get fuel injectors, you get a fuel kit, you throw a clutch or a torque converter in that bad boy, you could be making 800 plus wheel. And guess what? You can probably still daily drive it, but you have to remember that the Corvette C6, when it comes to boost, when it comes to daily driving, it's all about how much power you're going to make, because the more power you make, you're going to see that reliability start to go down. Now, like I said, having a boosted daily Corvette would be fun. You can daily drive it. The downfall is if you're going to add a, you know, a bigger fuel system, do like a 4 fuel system with some E85, a double pump system with some bigger injectors, you know, some 1000cc, 1300cc, 2000cc, whatever you want to do. If you go E85, that baby is going to lose some gas mileage. The Corvette C6 stock, or with just some bolt-ons, you can get around the city around 23 miles a gallon, you know, and honestly on the interstate you can probably get closer to 30 miles per gallon. But if you add a supercharger or a turbo, it's still going to get good gas mileage. But if you upgrade the fuel system, you start throwing some E85 or a different type of fuel at that bad boy, it's gonna start drinking some gas. Like my Corvette C6, this twin turbo, only 85, it gets about 10 miles a gallon. It drinks it, so I don't want to daily drive it. But if you get a Corvette C6, you just do like a Pro Charger, or you do a, you know, a Paxton or a ECS or whatever, you know, for the Corvette C6, it's gonna be just fine, man. As long as you don't go crazy with the fuel system, as long as you don't do some crazy twin turbo setup, you're gonna be able to daily drive it. The reliability is all there. Now, when it comes to trying to daily drive it, really the biggest thing is how does it do in traffic? What kind of traffic are you having to deal with? What is your daily commute like? You know, if you throw a big old cam in that bad boy and you throw some boost on it and you're in stop and go traffic in a 6-speed manual on the way to work for an hour, on the way home from work for an hour, it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie. If you got automatic, it's going to be a little bit more chill. But if you got a stick, man, it's going to wear you out. If you're, you know, got a big old cam and you're in traffic, it's going to be a little bit of work. It's going to be fun, but you're really going to have to drive that thing. So if you're going to daily drive it, I'd be careful. If you're going to be stuck in a lot of traffic, don't go too big or crazy on the cam, or at least make sure that when you get it tuned, that the tuner knows what he's doing and it doesn't have like a lot of cam buck or anything like that, so it's still very daily drivable. The biggest downfalls about trying to daily drive something with some boost is really going to come down to cost and reliability, and both of those go hand in hand. You know, when you're driving like something supercharged, you're going to have to worry about maybe the belt or something like that. If you're driving something turbo, you might have to worry about the scavenger pump or some issue like that. You never know what you might run into, and depending on how complex the setup is, if things go wrong, it can be a little trickier to diagnose versus just being a regular platform C6 with bolt-ons and nothing too crazy. Cost-wise, if you're going to do a supercharger kit with the fuel system or just a basic setup, you're looking at like 6 to 10K. Same for the turbo kit, so it's not cheap. So if you're thinking about doing some boost and you want to have it a daily, what I would recommend is just buying like a backup beater, like a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, and you can daily that. Maybe get you an old truck or something like that. But if you get a Corvette C6 and you're going to put some boost on it and you want to daily drive it, I just wouldn't go too crazy with the mods. Maybe have it around 530, 550 wheel, maybe 600 wheel at the most, and you're going to be just fine. If you're running a supercharger for a daily driver, I would run maybe anywhere from maybe 8 to 10 pounds of boost at the most. You know, a lot of guys with the basic kit, they're running like 6 pounds of boost. They're happy with that. For me personally, my twin turbo Corvette C6 on map 5, I run 21 pounds of boost. So that baby is eating. But when I'm daily driving it, when I'm driving around town, I'm running on map 2, and that's probably, you know, maybe making 10 pounds of boost or something like that, which is still about 750, 800 wheel, but it's not quite as spicy. So going back, man, if I had to recap the pros of daily driving a boosted Corvette C6 is that honestly, it's going to be a fun drive. If you're going to be stuck in traffic, it might not be fun, but getting off work, getting in that bad boy, firing it up, hearing that turbo or hearing those superchargers, you know, just make some fun noises. It's going to make that work day a little bit better when you get in that that bad boy. When you get stuck in traffic, it's not going to be very fun. If you've got a stick shift, if you've got a big cam, it might not be as fun as just driving like a Civic or, like I said, an old truck or something like that to work, and just keeping the Corvette C6 at the house. If it's your daily driver, I would just go minimum boost, just basic bolt-ons, not too big of a cam, something making about 6 to 8 pounds of boost, nothing too crazy, and man, you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. So at the end of the day, if you're thinking about getting a Corvette C6 and you're thinking about adding boost and you're thinking about daily driving, and you absolutely can do it, the Corvette C6, it makes a great daily. There's not a lot of room, but honestly, overall, the car is plenty spacious for most people. It's a great daily. It's very reliable. If you go with the basic turbo or supercharger kit setup, it's not going to be too crazy. If you start upgrading the fuel system and clutch and forging the motor and all that stuff, then things are going to change a little bit. Otherwise, daily driving a boosted C6 Corvette is going to be just fine. You just got to be ready to fork out the money for the parts. You're going to have to upgrade some tires, you know, do that stuff, but otherwise it's going to be a really fun ride. Either way, man, I just want to shoot a quick video. I had some guys ask me, man, could I daily drive my Corvette if I put a supercharger on it or something like that? And you absolutely can. So I just want to talk about it a little bit, man. I appreciate you guys watching. If you're a fan of Corvettes, BMWs, fast cars, make sure you like and subscribe, man. I really appreciate you guys always. We'll see you guys in the next one.